Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and I hope you're all having a great and wonderful day. Well, what we have here is the woke, honestly, just removing self of existence because obviously, if you were to have any intelligence at all, you would probably think maybe, just maybe, not allowing police officers to police your area when crime is rampant or etc. is not a good idea. And apparently, Molly Moon did not get that idea. She has apparently a sub 70 IQ because anybody knows if you try to get rid of the police, crime comes a knocking, and when crime comes a knocking, it means other things come forth. And unfortunately for her, it doesn't seem like a whole slew of people really care. So what we have here is from Andy No says Seattle's Molly Moon ice cream owner tried to ban police officers from her shop when the Antifa Chaz occupation happened. Then she sued the city for not keeping the area safe. Now she's trying to stop a mental health crisis center from opening in the former Chaz. It's like these people are just so dumb. Like they're just so bloody stupid. She goes. It goes on. He goes on to say that the extremely woke BLM Antifa supporting owner of Molly Moon ice cream is Molly Moon Neitzel. She wanted the police gone, but when they were forced away from the Chaz area in 2020, she sued the city of Seattle for her business losses. Oh my God! No, you idiot! No, it's your fault. You're the moron that did this. You're the stupid moron that allowed this to happen. You can't sue the city for chasing the police out and being like, "Oh well, I got to sue the city because obviously I can't take accountability for myself, so it's got to be her." You're an idiot. You're an actual idiot. We have this here of the post millennial saying Molly Moon's homemade ice cream owner complains about Seattle Crisis Center after backing autonomous zone defund the police. Because I ought to say here that Molly Moon Neitzel, the founder of Seattle Molly Moon's Homemade Ice Cream, delivered a fiery speech this week opposing King County's proposed crisis care center in Capitol Hill. But her past support for the very events that destabilized the neighborhood has drawn sharp accusations of hypocrisy. At a tense community meeting hosted at Seattle University, Neitzel joined other residents and blasted the county's plan to convert the Polyclinic building at 1145 Broadway into a 24/7 mental health and substance use crisis center. The site is one of the five facilities funded by a 1.25 billion levy approved by voters in 2023. The first opened in Kirkland last year, and King County intends to open three more adult centers and one for youth by 2030. So she goes on to say that though Neitzel acknowledged the need for such services, she argued Capitol Hill is the wrong location. We are struggling. The businesses here are struggling. The residents are unsafe. She said, "Do they need to come to a neighborhood in absolute dire crisis for the last 5, 6, 7 years?" What she failed to mention her own role in campaigning the events that contributed to Capitol Hill's current condition. What I find absolutely hilarious here is that this woman is saying we don't want a mental health crisis center. Eh, it's just amazing. These leftists are absolutely batshit insane. They're lunatics. Who doesn't want a mental health crisis center in their place? Who says no to this? Like, what are we doing here? Like, I don't know how else to describe this on the insanity of everything, but it's just complete stupidity. That's like saying, oh, well, we want a hospital here, but no, we don't want a hospital. Why? Why? It makes no sense. And this is how these people think, by the way. They're beyond stupid. Goes on to say here, in the summer of 2020, Capitol Hill became the center of national attention when far-left Antifa and BLM activists took over a 6-block area surrounding Cal Anderson Park. Self-declared Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone, CHAZ, later renamed CHOP, Capitol Hill Occupy Protest, was established after Seattle police abandoned their East Precinct building in the wake of George Floyd riots that rocked the Emerald City. The occupation led to rampant lawlessness, vandalism, and fatal shootings, including the deaths of 2 black teenagers. Because we all know how the left operate. They're just violent extremists that just try to force people to get their way. They're not good people. They're bad people. At the time, Molly Moon was an outspoken supporter of the movement. On June 12th, 2020, the chain announced it was closing to participate in the March of Silence, organized by BLM. Just days later, the shop posted on social media that it would close early due to safety concerns, before eventually putting up signs banning armed police officers from entering the store. These people are so dumb, man. I mean, look at this. Like this is a Chaz. You are now leaving the USA. Police. Molly Moons is a gun-free zone. Please do not come inside if you are wearing a firearm. No guns allowed inside. You can't make this up. All right. And it says here that police officers, Molly Moose is a gun-free zone. Please do not come inside if you're wearing a firearm. One sign red. And she goes on to say here that we are not opening our Capitol Hill shop today and likely closing by 8 p.m. in the coming days due to safety concerns around recent incidents. Our community safety, Moon Crew, customers, and neighbors is our priority. Thank you for understanding. Of course, this woman gets blasted here because she's an idiot. He says on Instagram, Molly Moon tried to explain that they weren't discriminating against a certain group. This clearly says police officers that's a certain group. They also say employees felt threatened. Right. No longer supporting your business. Poor decision making on your part. It's your choice, but it's mine to take up my business elsewhere. I have not boycotted a business yet, as SMBs are the backbone of our community. But I will now. Discriminating a working professional from entering your business that is on leased commercial property draws a line for me. Your ice cream is not great to begin with. Safety concerns, June 20th, now no cops, July 7th. That's going to help. Being a gun-free zone advertises to everybody that there won't be any guns there. That can be good info to know for certain people, right? Because how many people, how many school shootings are there, right? And if there are school shootings, guess what happens? It's in gun-free zones. It happens always at schools or theaters or whatever that have no guns. They don't go out and school shoot somebody at a park or any of these places that have guns, right? These people are inherently cowards. These gun shooters, right? They're inherently cowards because they do not go out where they can actually get unalived because it's risk management, and these people are terrible. It says that little sign in your window says it all. You have lost my business, and now that Seattle police have made it safe for you to reopen, you have a funny way of thanking them. Funny, you value the community safety, but you want to hobble the men and women who provide it. You're vile. Yeah, so she got blasted, and rightfully so. It says, Neitzel later told Fox 13, I'm an anti the current police system. Yeah, I think we need major reform, and said the sign was intentionally targeted at law enforcement after the disbanding of CHOP, claiming her employees felt intimidated by officers returning to the neighborhood. Yeah. So, Buck and stark reversal, Neitzel's business turned around and sued the city of Seattle in 2023 for the damage and losses it suffered from during the occupation, the very event it publicly supported. Yeah. So, again, she went out to sue them, and the lawsuit went nowhere, rightfully so, because why would it go anywhere at all, considering the fact that, it's stupid in every regard. So that didn't go anywhere because she's a moron. And in a federal lawsuit filed in a district court, Molly Moon accused the city of effectively authorizing a hostile occupation, violating the company's constitutional rights, and causing major revenue losses. The complaint argued that by abandoning the East Precinct and failing to provide emergency services, the city left businesses like hers in a losses zone, unprotected and inaccessible. Well, you bloody stupid idiot, you advocated for no police to be there. What else do you expect? Do you just expect to be protected even though you advocated for no police to be there? You're an actual moron. You are sub 20 IQ. I can't believe you're even how were you able to live for as long as you did? I am really surprised on how you were able to live as long as you did, because the fact that you have the audacity to say, "Oh, I don't want police here, go away," and then you go and sue the city because you didn't allow the police here. What are you doing? They're the ones that are protecting you, you bloody idiot. Now, don't get me wrong. I have a huge problem with police. I think that police do need some type of reform. However, we should be able to allow the police to do their jobs while also doing reform so that way they just don't, screw things up, right? I say that they should get rid of qualified immunity. I don't like qualified immunity. It makes them have too much power, and it causes issues. Until somebody can say on why they should have qualified immunity, I'm going to be heavily, heavily against it. So, again, the latest lawsuit does not seek to undermine Trump participants' message. The lawsuit stated, rather, this lawsuit is about the plaintiff's constitutional and other legal rights, which you waived them when you got rid of the police, but I digress. Okay. So again, it just didn't go well. She had a whole problem here, and then Neitzel's warning that a mental health facility would attract more instability to an already fragile neighborhood may resonate with some, but her role in supporting and left later profiting from both sides of the crisis has turned her into a symbol of what signatures say is performative activism turned optimism. Yeah, exactly. And this is what we expect from these far leftists, right? These people are stupid. They don't know what they're actually advocating for. They end up ruining everybody else in the process of this, and she got what she deserved. And I feel no sympathy for this woman. I'm very happy that her business is failing or having issues. And it seems that a lot of people are not going to support her either because she put up obviously it's like not allowing a police and all that stuff, and people don't feel safe. So yeah, it goes to show that your business failed. You're an idiot. You're a moron, and I don't see how anybody could ever want to feel remorse or sorry for you after you did this to yourself. You 100% did this to yourself, and you only have yourself to blame. The fact that you're trying to play the victim here is just another problem with your accountability. All right, guys, that's it for the video. Like, subscribe, share. As always, take care, my friends.